I'm third generation. My grandpa worked there, my dad worked there, I worked there, my older brother works there, my brother-in-law works there, my stepson, one nephew right now, one more applied. At one time there were more Ryans than Rats there. My wife also worked there too, and that's where I met her. Didn't have any family yet.
You're kidding me, really?
Nope.
That's your wife at Rock?
Mm-hmm. She was a single mother then, and she raised her stepson, my stepson, her son, on the wages there, and she did fine. There was no handouts from the state, so you can't say that with a lot of companies.
I'm a predictive maintenance inspector right now, but I mean, I run around. It's vibration analysis. I go around and check out motors and pumps and all that stuff to see and take readings on them to see if they're bad. Download the readings into the computer, and they help me to determine whether something needs repair.
What do you do?
34 years working mill shipping, building them and nine, mills 1 and 2. Yeah, I see the stuff come in instead of out on the dump. We get to chew it up and make paper out of it.
Good.
Instead of going in there and wasting for how long in the dump.
It's a good thing.
8 years ago, my cousin, Brandon, who works in shipping, mill shipping, had just applied there, and he said, hey, they're hiring. And, you know, it's a great job. Pays the bills, allows me to get the truck, allows me to get the house. So I figured, hey, I'm going to go try to give it a shot. Lucky enough to get the job. Here we are today.
What do you do at Rock-Tenn?
I'm a finisher at number 5 now. Come to work, I punch in and I get my trim sheets and I cut the rolls according to the customer sizes that they need for their whatever they're going to do with them. Pay is good, the benefits are great. Speaking from a person who just recently got married, is expecting a child, I need the job, I need the benefits, I need to have the income. I want to support a family, and there's not a lot of jobs out there that are going to give me the same kind of benefits that I have working where I work now at Rock-Tenn that are available to me if this place isn't there.
Right? Well, it's always been a, don't let it get out to the company, but it's always been a great place to work. You got decent benefits. We give them a good day's, work, but we get a fair wage for it. And I mean, how many places are you going to find around here, around one? Pretty soon it'll be in China or something. I mean, it's a fair place to work, and I give them 8 for 8, and they give me 8. So.
Okay.
We recycle a lot of paper, and I don't know where it would go if we don't, but we went out to the state fair. The union had a booth out to the state fair, and I took a bunch of cardboard boxes, a bunch of paper and trash and stuff that we had, and then at that time we were printing. We had Wheaties and Cheerios boxes and everything. And I said, look here, we have like 100,000. We got 1,000 tons of this a day, or whatever, And then here's what it turns out. You throw it away, and then you say, here's what people were amazed on what we did. I mean, you just think, oh, you're a paper company, but every Cheerios, Wheaties box, all that other stuff that's out there, we make it. Hey, somebody's got to do it, man.
It's better when we leave work than it was when we got to work. With all the paper that we get through, how many hundreds of tons of
Thousand tons a day we produce. That's 1,000 tons a day. If you look what goes into the landfills. There's still 42%. Not that all landfills is still paper. We're taking 1,000 tons a day out of the landfill, or just never getting it, and turning it into a good useful product. Corrugated medium and 2 other paper machines are boxboard, which is consumer. Food board, things like that.
The little little green triangles on all the cereal boxes.
That's from us.
As you know, there's some concerns about environmental quality, air quality within the neighborhood. Are you concerned about those kinds of things? The people who work there and who have family members who work there?
Of course you're concerned. I mean, if you're there for 8 hours a day, which is probably about the same amount of time that the people that live in the surrounding area are going to be exposed to the air. Of course, we're going to be worried about it also.
And we're there on a 7-day work week typically.
Yeah.
I have a daughter that has 4 children that lives in Lauderdale, which is like right straight that way. So if the wind's blowing from a certain way, it'll blow that way. I'd lived there before, I would live there again.
If you could say something to the neighbors of the plant, who are concerned about air quality, what would you say to those folks? And what's the message that you want them to hear?
We're just as concerned as you are. We're going to have to breathe the same air that you are. We want to be able to go home, not have any kind of adverse effects from that air. We have families, we have kids. We have to deal with it also. And if we can find ways to get this to work where everybody's happy, hopefully, that'd be great.
Everybody that works there wants to work there. They're not being shipped in from where to work there. We all want to work there. Yeah, you lose this place here, it's going to be McDonald's and Burger King's.
We're optimistic that we will come up with a new form of energy to use, and but at the same time, it's in the back of everyone's mind. The housing market the way it is, the job market, everything else. We are, I do believe, one of the highest paying jobs in St. Paul for manufacturing. We have excellent benefits. I don't care what half the guys in my shop floor say. All they got to do is try and get the same benefit coverage that we have. We have pensions. We're not dependent on the state for pensions or anything else, or handouts for that matter. We have an excellent 401k plan, and we burn. And you're just not going to find that anywhere else. You can put a million Home Depots and Targets and Walmarts and everything else up. Those people are dependent on the state because they don't have the benefit package that we have.